that full screen back up there again so everyone can digest it. And it's what I was talking about when I opened the show by saying he's now done something no one had ever done before, and it's not something anyone wants to do. What you are seeing are all the players who have won more than one MVP award in the Super Bowl era. And what you might notice is that Lamar Jackson is the only one on there who is not a Super Bowl champion. Every other player who has won multiple MVPs in the Super Bowl era has won the Super Bowl. Now, it is incredibly important to place the context. Lamar Jackson is 27 years old. Yeah. He has plenty of time to join the rest of the players on that list.
That's tough, yeah.
Until he gets it done, until that happens, he is the one player on that list who hasn't done it. Failure is such a complicated, if you're comfortable with it, I'm good with it. It's such a complicated word. He had a terrific season. He was the MVP of the league, so all of that speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. But I think if you look at, I actually sort of agree, it's not just him, but for the team itself, that to play as badly as they did in every facet.
As he did.
He played badly. I thought they coached that game terribly.
I mean, you look at the first third down of the football game, it was a drop. Like, I don't know that the guys around him played well. Like we just said, like they called 6 running back carries. They had 2 backs, they had 3 carries. Like, that's like, what's he supposed to do about that?
He's responsible for 2 turnovers, holding on to the ball far too long and throwing into triple coverage. That's what I'm trying to say. He would say that wasn't his best performance. We were expecting an MVP type of performance. That's the standard that we hold him to because we consider Lamar Jackson as a potential GOAT. And when you're being judged that way, the same way we had to judge Peyton Manning for coming up short against all those Patriots teams, and we have to hold him accountable. I love Lamar Jackson. I've known him since he was in Louisville and won the Heisman. And I'm a Baltimore Raven, apologist. But I have to call a spade a spade. That was a failure of one that we haven't seen in a long time, a total collapse.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think you ask Lamar Jackson, he'll tell you that he didn't have his best game. There's no question about it. And also, the Baltimore Ravens as a team did not play well. I think as competitors, as we all are, we will all say there's only one winner out here. Yeah. At the end of the day, regardless of accolades, there's only one winner. The winner of the Super Bowl, that's it, and everyone else is just playing second fiddle. So yes, the accolade is fine. It's well deserved, but it is a failure in the grand scheme of things, Greeny, because everything was set up for Baltimore and they couldn't come through.
If that's the standard, there's 31 losers every year, 31 failures every year. Like if that's the standard, sure. Like we'll make it easy that way. Here's what I would say: if we go back a year, okay. Who were the pass catchers in Baltimore? Was the offense going to develop? Was Lamar going to grow as a passer? Like,
he did all those things, is what you're saying.
He did all of those things. Yeah. Every single one of them. He is a very different player in February of 2024 than February of 2023. That is a huge thing for the entire organization. Huge.
But we only remember the winners.
Sure.
He doesn't want to fall into that category. He doesn't want to fall into that category that Phillip Rivers fell into.
Yeah, but if in that case we say, hey, like Green Bay's season was a failure. Like like, hey, in Green Bay, like they found their quarterback. If Denver, like that's a failure. In Denver.
But I say that differently. It's about how they went out, right? Like I think Jared Goff, you can say that was a success, right? Because it's how they went out. They went out playing. He played well. Some bad breaks. That's fine. But Lamar and Todd Monken had that glazed look over their eyes that we saw in Dak Prescott's eyes. It looked like the moment got to him because if they play this game 9 out of 10 times, I think the Ravens win that if the magnitude of the moment didn't overtake them.
Let's put it this way, and Tim, I understand where you're coming from. Not everyone's season is a failure that doesn't win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Detroit's is not. Houston's is an
Green Bay
success. Green Bay's is a huge success. Yep. But when you have that game
Dallas
and you lay the egg that they laid, it is a team failure. That part of it,
because these moments don't come back.
Right. No, and listen, trust me, I agree with that. I understand that. But I'm saying, like, to look at it and say, hey, like, this is absolutely a failure. And I think when we say that, so much of it is like directed at Lamar, right? Just like we're saying, hey, it was directed at Peyton Manning. When I think that when you look at it, you say, all right, Zay Flowers, really? Like, did you need to do that after the big catch? Did you need it? Like, I just think we got to be very careful putting things on Lamar that really should not be on Lamar.
That said, he didn't play well, though, right?
I mean, but listen, but Greeny, this goes back to it. He's also not the play caller. They called 6 running back runs, 82 dropbacks. Like, he's developed as a passer, but like, at some point we got to say, like, no, look, you grew as an offense, but what are you doing how you called that game?
Yeah, he just didn't look himself, and you expect the stars to be the stars, and if you lose, it's fine, right? When Josh Allen lost to Patrick Mahomes, that still was a win. We didn't point it at him. We pointed at the situational play call of the defensive coordinator. That was a lot on Lamar. 2 big turnovers was on him. He didn't look like himself.
But how about the magnitude